Hey, Techno. Welcome back, man. Frost. Hey, man. Let me just finish putting out uh, notifications, and then give you guys an idea of like what I'm up to and stuff like that. It has light. I know. Yeah, you can actually like see worth a darn, right? All right. Let me just grab a couple things that I need for working on this, and then I'll switch the camera because I got a camera set up over here to work on this. I don't work in this spot, but I was hoping to maybe stream it, so we'll see how it goes. Give me just a few moments. If anybody comes in, if you guys don't mind, if you happen to see, if they're like, "Where is he?" or something, just yeah, I'm just grabbing stuff. So I'll be on in and out here, grabbing a couple tools, and then we'll get started. Give me just a minute, guys. Just need a couple more things. Production, go to bed. It's past your bedtime. That cable, remember I modded that cable to, so that, like, the one arcade board wouldn't have an issue. That was great and all, but now I need to mod that same cable again because I'm gonna mess with the audio to basically extract the audio. People are complaining about the scart switch thing breaking sometimes and stuff, but it's like older models. I guess because like the audio was amplified. Arcade games sometimes amplify audio because they're designed to output audio amplified because people just put it right to speakers and not to like a stereo receiver of some kind. And that amplified audio was breaking the scart switches for people. Thanks. It sounds like the guy has redesigned the thing to not have that happen. That's probably as far as I can get that. He's modified it, but he's still like, because he doesn't understand arcade hardware and stuff, he's just like, don't do it. And I'm like, well, I don't know how he's designed this thing to compensate for that. So I've decided, all right, well, I don't know what he's got going on there to try to help keep it from breaking things, but I decided I'm just going to try to outright eliminate that problem by just redirecting the audio outside of the equation. So I'm not even going to have to deal with audio. I'm listening. Who's being naughty? Oh, it's production, of course. He's being naughty. Anyway, yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at. I'm just going to open the cable up, hopefully, and kind of bypass that stuff. So I think I got everything. Thank you. Welcome. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Can you hand me my water, please? Please. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Especially, you mean like, yep, call. Thank you, because yeah, sometimes that does mess up, but looks like it's okay. I think, okay, that's probably good. Okay. Production, thank you, man. By the way, thank you very much. Sorry, I'm just it's a little crowded here, so in case you didn't hear me saying, I don't normally do this kind of work right here in this spot, but I don't really have the best setup otherwise to stream it in my usual spot. It's like usually it's like that way over there. And I got a table over there and everything that I need. But I thought, well, a few times that I've streamed myself doing some of these things, people have enjoyed it. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try tonight. So this is very thrown together here. We'll see how it goes. Plant City had some strawberry shortcake. Nice. Cool. What were you up to? Like, was there some kind of event or something? Yeah, Frost has been getting, like, deals lately. Like, he is the man to go to right now for deals if you want capture card stuff, apparently. Yo, Strength, welcome back. Welcome back anybody else that came in, by the way. Aces, welcome back. I just, like I said, I was setting up there. This is kind of thrown together. I got all my equipment spread out here and stuff, so it's a little messy. I'm actually going to need to get, you know what, I'm going to need an extension cable. That'll be good. Yeah, and then I think otherwise, Um, I think I need like a special kind, I'm thinking. Thank you. I think I know which one I want, if it's even available. There's a specific one, but thank you. Yeah, I'll check. I'll be right back, everybody. Just 1 second.
Hey, listen!
Turbo. This is the cable that I wanted. This is a good cable for extending. And then that way I can plug in my soldering iron. I'll put that on camera in a moment. Then you can see what kind of soldering iron I use. Or soldering station, I guess they call it. Hope you're doing well, Andy. I refriend via Prime. Wait, resubbed. I was waiting from resubbing to a friend via Prime. This week was crazy. Got sick right after my birthday, but not from drinking. Saw the Sonic movie on my 21st. Like a Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Thanks again, by the way, Turbo. Thank you. I'm sorry you're sick. That's a bummer, dude. Right on your birthday? What the heck? That does not sound enjoyable, Maria, no. A new Sonic movie? Wow. I had no idea there was such a thing. Let me just plug this cable in. So if the stream crashes at any point, it's because I popped a breaker. I don't think that'll happen, but you know. I hope you all are doing well, having a nice weekend, and just enjoying yourselves. Okay, just plug that in, toss that underneath the table for the moment. I think that'll work. Alright, so, what we have here, let's see. Hot glue gun, because sometimes I like to, hold things in place or whatnot. Some people frown upon hot glue guns and electronics, but personally I only frown upon it if it's done poorly, which maybe you think I will be doing it poorly. But I just don't like getting glue everywhere, but sometimes I need it in very specific spots, like in the case of this thing right here. There's a little hot glue there because I modified this cable. And I'm about to do it again, actually, hopefully, which we'll see in a moment. Is that a thing for a bit? Oh. With Jim Carrey. Interesting. Huh. So it's like this is not a animated? This is it animated or like not, or where do I want to put this? I guess over here. So let's see if I can maybe show you guys this. It's real life with CG. Oh, okay. So what you're looking at here is the top of my soldering station, as it's called. I'll see if I can actually show you. This is what I use. This is a hot air gun. This is Gets very, very, very hot, and you can melt solder with it if you want, or use it to what they call reflow things. And then on the front here, you got all these great little dials and everything for setting all of your temperature settings and whatnot. I don't know how well you can see that. Actually, that's probably upside down. I forgot. Last time I did this, I remember I flipped everything so you could see it as I see it. So I'm going to do that real fast. Let me just set that real quick. Okay, there you go. Now you're seeing it as I see it. So this is the actual soldering iron here. I've got a very fine tip on it at the moment, which I use most of the time since I'm dealing with very small electronics. I like it a lot. Works pretty well. You know, for us, I'm not actually sure if it's like 100% like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't actually know. From what I read about it years ago when I got it, everything sounded legit. I haven't actually like gone out of my way to try to like make 100% certain, but the reviews that I read on it and everything from that particular seller, it all sounded good to me. I didn't see any red flags. So I lean towards that it's probably legitimate. I think anyway. So, and it certainly performs very well. I've never had any issues. Let's hope it stays that way. But yeah, it's always performed very well for me. I love this thing. This thing works great. So yeah, I don't know, man. Okay. So give me just a second to kind of set this aside a little bit. I wish I could give you guys a little bit better view here and stuff, but I don't have like a good setup for the other area yet. I want to eventually, but not quite yet. Here's our solder. Some extra wire, flux, stuff like that if we need it. But we'll just set this back over here. I think that'll be good. And this hot air, maybe I can just kind of stick this here for now, because I'm not going to need that. Just kind of put it out of the way. This is very cramped working space, but I think we can make do. Hopefully. Okay. Actually, that's blocking chat. Hang on. I'm happy for you, Frost. I'm glad you got it. I'm not too surprised, honestly. I figured you'd figure some kind of crafty thing out. Okay. Let's see. Is it bright enough to see this area? Is this bright enough? Like, I can get a light and put it somewhere, but I mean, if it's bright enough, then I'm just gonna leave it as is. You need a giant Game Boy snake light? I have some stuff like that, actually. Yo, Devil, welcome back, man. Extra light would definitely help, but I can see fine. I can throw a little extra light without, like, I think too much, actually. Yeah, but last time I set up that other light, it was like, it just blew out the color and stuff. Let me try this. Oh, that looks like it actually added a nice little extra bit of light. Not too much, but I think there's a difference there. It seems like it. Did that help? I think anyway. I need some cutters. Works? Cool. All right. pretty good? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. So what you're looking at is a male to male SCART cable here. Normally you can use this cable and plug it in either way, and it'll work on the device, whatever, as long as the device isn't anything too weird. You can just plug in either end to either end, doesn't matter. And that's true as long as this switch here is in the down position. Now this switch, I actually added this. This side here looked identical to this side for a while. You can see both sides there. But I came along a couple weeks ago, and I drilled a hole inside of the into the interior of this, and then pulled out a couple of the wires, mostly for synchronization purposes. Because one of the boards that I use for playing arcade games doesn't synchronize this. I'm trying to keep this kind of like very simple, kind of straightforward. It doesn't synchronize with certain equipment, as well as other arcade boards, because of the way that they implement that synchronization. Now, when I say synchronization, I mean like the ability for the video signal to communicate with whatever device it is you want to use. If you don't have good synchronization, then you're going to get distorted picture or no picture at all. So you need to have, like, when you have colors going in for your picture to be seen, your video game or TV, whatever, it will send color data. You know, there's colors, red, green, blue, or, you know, something similar, whatever. But it also needs synchronization information as well to tell the device or whatever, kind of, again, I'm very generally speaking here, but kind of how to position that on your screen in a sense. So the Taito F3 arcade board uses a different kind of synchronization. It's weird. So, but there is a fix for that with the OSSC that I use, my line doubler. If you have any questions, by the way, let me know. I'll try to answer them the best I can. But anyway, you can mod a SCART cable to work with the OSSC and synchronize properly. Some people, like in the mod that I saw, they just changed the cable permanently, and then that cable no longer will work with other arcade stuff. It's just only for the Taito F3 board. However, I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to work for both setups, so I don't have to swap the cables, because that's a pain in the butt. And that's what I did here. I actually have it so that if this little switch here is in the down position, then it puts the synchronization data on, I believe it's pin number 21, which I think is on the end over here or over here. I think it's on this end. Whereas if I flip this switch into the up position, then it goes into F3 mode, and then it puts it onto like pin number 12, I believe it is, or something, which is kind of around the middle here. And then that synchronization data then works on a different pin on the OSSC and allows me to use that Taito board. So it's just a nifty little mod. I'm very happy with how it came out. Very simple, just a simple little switch that reroutes the electricity. It is weird. If you read about it, it's a very strange, like, it's like, why did they design their board like that? But I guess sometimes they did. That's why I said maybe it's 21, maybe it's like 20. I thought it was 21, but maybe I'm getting the wrong pin. It's like, it's in the 20s. It might be 20, something like that. Yeah. So I'm thinking, how do I want to go about opening this back up and trying to modify it? So what the objective of this evening is that I want to Yeah, you should find some stuff on it. On Junker HQ, you'll see where the mod is and stuff. Basically, I did that mod on Junker HQ, except like I said, I didn't want to ruin the SCART cable, so I just made my little switch there, and I'm very happy with it. Works great. So I want to make it so that this, like this common audio cable here, this is your very common audio cable that you see probably very often in computing and just audio stuff. 3.5 millimeter jack there. This is also called a what is it? T T I think TMS cable, tip middle or something. I don't remember. And then shield or something else. Sheath maybe? I don't know. Basically, it just means that there are 3 different key components to this. And we're going to be using all 3 of those to bring out the audio and ground into this kind of cable. So we're going to cut this cable, and we're going to make what's called an audio breakout cable, hopefully. That is the objective anyway. So we'll see how that goes. So this is probably going to be a slow night, I think, in terms of like me accomplishing this, because I want to take my time. I don't usually stream and do this stuff, so me thinking about it might be a little longer to do. I always try to come up with a good plan before I actually do anything, so that I just know what the heck I'm doing, or think I know what the heck I'm doing. I'm also thinking about where do I actually want this audio to come out from, and I'm thinking maybe I'll route it out the top here and out this cover right here. It might be hard to see, but there's a little cover here. You can unscrew this cover and open this up, and I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is just solder on the inside there and route it, because it's a very thin cable here. It's very thin, and I'll just route it right out of there. That's probably the goal anyway. And it even has, like, I don't know if you can see it on camera there, but there's even little slits, really convenient little slits in the cover. It'd be like perfect if I could line that up, but I don't know. It's gonna be tricky, I think, but I think I want to do that. That'll be really nice looking if it comes out like the way I want it to. So, and this might be tricky too, because I did use hot glue on this to protect it. I encased it basically in hot glue to keep the switch attached to the SCART cable and to protect the wiring here. Hot glue can be a little difficult to like undo your work on if you want, but I don't know. I've always had good luck with it over the years. So I know some people really hate hot glue. They hate it. They're like, no hot glue for me. And they use other methods, and that's fine. I might get like, I wouldn't be surprised if later on people are like leaving comments like, you know, just like, boo on hot glue and stuff. Like, but again, I feel like hot glue is fine if you use it like correctly. You don't make a mess of it. So I try not to anyway. I do my best, but hot glue has never let me down. Yeah. Always been very happy with it. Splicing a PS2 AV cable and making it coax to work on TV without AV? Oh, okay. That's cool. What are you working on, Frost? I hope you all are having a nice weekend, by the way, just enjoying yourselves. Okay, so this comes off here. You just unscrew that, and then just see about pulling that up. Okay, it's got a little glue on it there, tiny. There we go. I was gonna say it's like barely stuck. Okay, we'll push that out of the way. Here comes the tricky part. Hopefully, I can open this jacket, whatever you call it, this shield case thing, from the other side without issue. Hopefully. This cable's also like, it's very like thick cabling, so it's kind of like a little tricky to work with. Like it just wants to do its own thing. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay, now we're getting to the meat. That's what I want to see. It's good stuff. All right. I need a flashlight, actually. But I've used hot glue in addition to heat shrink to create waterproof connectors that I've modified. Hey, man, did it work? Then, if so, then good to go. Oh, thank you. You're such a helpful Heather. All right. So now what we need to do is we need to find out what actually needs to be modified inside of this cable. So now I need to look at what's called a pinout. To be sure, call them a success. Cool, man. That's definitely cool. I appreciate that. Give me a moment here. I need to look up this information. Excuse me. Okay. So we need, if you type in scart, it's probably fine, but I'm just going to Euro scart anyway. So Euro scart pinout. Actually, cable. All right, let's see here. I have some of these saved somewhere, probably. I think on my hard drive, but for now, this will work. Yeah, this looks good, I think. Just want to make sure. Get the right thing. Oh, here's actually a really nice example of a Euroscart picture and JP21 it's called. Here, I'll show you guys. Let's see, copy. Here we go. Tinker Toy, I don't know what you're doing, but you enjoy that. Pin 20 connected to pin 12. Yes. Yep, that's it, Frost. That's what I did. Did I say 21? I think I probably said 21, but yeah. I knew it was like 20 or 21 or something. That's what I did. It worked out very well. I was very happy with it. Okay. Let's see. Just move this over a little bit. That should be good. Okay. Alrighty. So like I said, I like to really take my time with this stuff because some people do this stuff, like very often. They're very comfortable with it. I do this stuff only by necessity. And that being said, it means like what I mean by that is I will work on some of these pieces of electronics, and then I'll go for quite a while without working on anything. And I just like to make sure that I try anyway to make no mistakes. I definitely have, and I'm no like expert at this, but I do my best to just try to make sure everything goes according to plan. I agree, isn't it? It really is. I agree. I like what they did there. So let's see. Okay, so what we're trying to do here, and Frost, actually, feel free, because I know you know this stuff. If you're like Andy or making a boo-boo, feel free to call me out, dude, or anybody else, except for Strength. He's not allowed to, sorry. What? So what we're trying to do, if we look at the pinout, let's see, we are looking for, we need audio out. So we need audio right out, which looks like 1. because we're using EU scart on the left side, not JP on the right. So we need. Let me get a pen and paper. Jeez, Tinker. Wow. Sorry. Wow. It's really quite the bummer. Okay, so we need because this is a breakout cable, we're attempting to break the audio out. Should be audio out right. So let's see. 1 equals audio right out. And then we need 3, which is audio left out. Then we're going to need ground, which seems to be 4. Okay. 4 audio ground. Audio ground. I've never actually made an audio breakout cable like this. So this is going to be interesting. Next, I'm going to need to look up the pinout for a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. That's a single spacing. There's also dual spacing, but I can't remember what that mid thing is called. Right out pin 1, audio left. Yep. Sounds good so far. Nice thing to keep in mind, 1 and 3 are right next to each other and ground is just above them to the right. Okay. Yes, TRS and thank you. And that, yes, tip ring sheath, I believe. Thank you. I couldn't remember. But yes, TRS is tip ring sheath or shield something. And then TRRS is just ring. But yeah, I'm going to need a TRS pinout, so that'll be our next thing. Unless you know of a good one for us. I mean, I would imagine they're everywhere. Let's hop on Uncle Google and see what we can get. TRS. There we go. Okay, this actually looks pretty straightforward. This does not look anything terrible. Okay. I think we can work with this. Set that aside. Set that aside. Good. Okay. So we're going to do a little testing too. Awesome as heck things. Let me get. Yeah, sure, man. Hey, I need to use the restroom real quick. So I'll be back in just a moment. Let me just put on some highlights for you guys real quick. Because it's not exactly a sports game, and I thought, well, it might be funny. Ever play with Game Genie? I have used it in the past when I was a kid, but these days I don't use Game Genie to actually use it, like for cheating, unless it's something very specific I want to do that's silly. But like to actually be like, oh, I need help beating a game, you will never see me using Game Genie, as far as I'm concerned, because well, you know the phrase you're only cheating yourself. As you know, that probably sounded silly the way I said it, but actually I stand by that, because I like a good challenge, and when a game forces me to get better and try harder, I'm really okay with that. So Yeah, when I was a kid, using Game Genie was more because I rented the game on a weekend and I only had 2 days to beat it, and so I couldn't take the time to hone my skills to get better at the game. But I wanted to see what the ending was like, so that was more of like justifying, like, all right, dude, let's just use Game Genie and see what the end of this game is like because we only have so much time, and I was able to actually rent it. Because normally, the good games, they would get all rented out really quick. So sometimes I got stuck with games that were not so good, like frickin' Barbie Supermodel. Can't believe I rented that game. It was terrible. Worst weekend ever. Me and Barbie did not get along. I was like, Barbie, why can't you be Contra, Barbie? Why can't you be Contra? What fool thought it was a good idea to have Barbie Supermodel in their rental store anyway? It was not cool. It was not a good time. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to attempt to catch up on chat here and see what is going on in the world of chattiness. Where did I leave? Okie dokie. Let's see. Oh, what? I want that. Dang, that's pretty cool. That's really nice. Man. Nice Frost. Very nice. I'll have to consider that in the future if I ever need. This is the only time I've ever needed this. Excuse me, but that's really cool. I like that. That's good stuff, man. Okay. Okay, so we got... All right. We will figure out... Wait. Hang on. Okay. Actually... I need to know on the TRS. I need to know what is left and what is right, unless... I mean... Black, red. I mean, I'm looking to see which tip or ring is left and right. Left microphone, right? Sure. Left out. Oh, here. I think maybe I found something. Because, yeah, I just realized it's not actually... I've got it. It doesn't label which is left and which is right. Ah, okay. Apparently, according to this, if this is correct... Oh, it's on pinouts.re. I like this site. This site usually is pretty reliable. Cool. Okay. It looks as though... Here, I'm going to point it out to you guys. We'll take a look here. Seems to be that... Let's unravel this. So I'm going to need it anyway. Okay. All right. So up here, this tip area, the top of it, that's going to be I mean, I'm streaming at 1080. Is this pretty clear? Like, I mean, if you're watching, I don't know how many of you are actually watching like full screen, but hopefully it's like clear enough. But the tip area, this is apparently left. And then this mid area, the ring, they call it, this is your right. And then the sleeve, which I believe to be kind of like down here-ish, is your ground. Okay. Yeah, it's nice actually, Frost, having you here to kind of keep me in line, because it's like, I'm not very good at multitasking. Like, I've said that like a million times, and I always I like to do this stuff for you guys. I like to stream this. It takes me like way longer because I'm talking and other things, but I also I get my mental attention is like divided up into several different things when I'm streaming. And so I feel like chances of mistakes are definitely greater. So it's just nice, having a little somebody looking over my shoulder. Oh, cool. All right, thanks, Turbo. It's good to know that it's coming in pretty darn well. Sure, Frost. Yeah, definitely. Sounds good, Techno. I just realized I'm streaming at 60 FPS. I forgot to knock that down to 30. I don't think I can adjust that at this point, but whatever. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. Okay. All right. So we need to find our pins now. Fortunately, SCART cables, they are labeled. The pins are labeled on the inside. It's very small, very, very small, and not easy to see, but let's take a look. This microphone is going to be troublesome. I just know it. Okay, this is good to know. Hands are kind of shaky because I'm like sitting at a weird angle and everything. Like I'm like trying to work around a bunch of stuff that I don't normally work around here, but just bear with me, please. One, 1, 3, and 4. Okay, just like you said, Frost. All right, so basically we need to mess with this pin here, this pin here, and this pin here. I don't know how well you can see that, but these 3 pins down on the end. Thank you. Heather is on it. She's letting me know that you can't see a darn thing that I'm doing. Okay, we need this pin here, and this pin here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, she keeps an eye. Like when I'm streaming, she kind of keeps an eye here and there to make sure that nothing's on fire or that I haven't like forgot to, put my pants back on. All the important stuff. I was wondering about that, Frost. Thanks. I was definitely wondering about that. Okay. And that's good to know because actually that would have thrown me for a little bit of a loop. I wouldn't have known if they were common or not. I would have figured they probably were because it just kind of seems like they would be, but I'm glad you know. So we're double checking our work here. 1, 3, and 4. Okay, I know you can't see. I'm just okay. I have to tilt it towards me. It's like hard to see. Yeah, you can see that? Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, now how to get this thing where I want it. Let's see, so I can actually work on it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I got lucky. The pins on top there are going to be easier to work on in number 5. I think I'll be okay. I think. Actually, I can just lift this out of here, can't I? Kinda. Yeah, it'll be a little tricky, but yeah, if I need to. Okay, good. Sure, yeah, that would confuse me too. I'd be like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay. So we're going to take off these two on the end. One final check, because I'm paranoid Andy. 1 and 3. Okay. Okay. Let's see. The hardest part is just getting the cable to cooperate the way that I want it to, because these things, I mean, this thing is heavy duty, so it has like, it wants to go where it wants to go, not where I want it to go. So I have to kind of cater to the cable when I move things around and whatnot. Need some pliers as well. Be right back. Hey, Gundam, welcome back. Frost, I believe I can actually explain why they have a common in each. I am fairly certain that is a form of interference reduction. I am almost certain of that. Okay. Turn path, then there you go too. But I believe that also acts like as a interference reduction there. I'm fairly certain anyway. I believe. I could be wrong though. If I could just get this thing to sit upright a little more. Let's see what I can do. There we go. That's helping. Okay. It probably doesn't look much different, but there's a lot less tension here. Okay. Just take my time, very careful. Okay. Okay, there's one. Oops. Come on. It came off and then I accidentally... Okay, there we go. Alright, that's one down. Cool. Alright, that's two. Now, we are extracting these two. Um, I I could just it's the thing about the last one here is I could either extract it, I could just take it off like the other two, or I could leave it and then put the wire directly onto there and let it share if I ever decided that I wanted to do something else. But like, I don't think I've thought about this several times, and I guess I'm thinking about it again. I really don't think I'll be using this in the future in a different way. I was really thinking about putting a switch setup so I could just switch between them, but I don't have a switch where it's all off or two on. I don't. That's like a special kind of switch, and I don't have that. And I don't really want to set up like two extra switches on this because I do have a single. So I think I'll turn that off for the moment. I'm just. I was, that's a good point. And I was just kind of thinking about that in my head too. I was like, yeah, okay. That's good enough for me, man. It is, yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. And I can't, I don't think I'm not, I just don't see myself doing any like different kind of thing with this in the future. Like this is, it's strictly for arcade, and this needs to happen in order to protect my OSSC and my G-SCART switch. Basically, for anybody wondering, like I'm bypassing uh, those entirely so that I don't damage the devices, because arcade, there's something special about arcade hardware, and that's that they have sometimes an amplified signal, because when you plug in your home video game console, those are designed to go into usually a television, and the television speakers are amplified by the television itself. You take your remote and you amplify or de-amplify the volume with the remote, and it has a little device in there that's like volume up and volume down. The TV does that for you. But in arcade gaming, that's not the case a lot of times. The board itself is the amplifier at times. So like arcade people just like would put the speakers directly to the arcade board, and there would be no amplifying device otherwise. So a lot of people would use the board, and that amplification process going into an OSSC or a G-SCART switch or something like that can damage things if the device is not properly built, and just cause problems, definite problems, in the way of usually first heat, and then that heat gets so hot it fries components. I've actually had that happen in the past. It's not good. When I was more ignorant of this stuff, still am, but more ignorant than I was. So that's something that I don't even want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. It's just I care about that stuff, so we're bypassing it altogether. We're saying no, you're not allowed to go to those devices. You're going around them, and that's just fine. There's really nothing wrong with that anyway because of the way I have it set up. Everything else. So let's try to extract this last one. Actually, before I do that, I need to write down which wire is which, silly Billy, because I'm yanking wires here. That could have been silly. Hey, I appreciate it, Frost. You say nagging, I say helping. And I'm not kidding either. I do appreciate it, Frost. I really do. Thank you. Okay, so our number one was white. Wow. Okay, my penmanship is gonna suffer here. White wire. What color is our number 5? That's a little black one as well, but it's a little thicker, it looks like. Okay. Okay. Oops. Thin black. I would like to mark this somehow if I can. I'd feel better if I did, but something that small, I guess if I had a really small piece of tape, which I actually have some tape right here. I'm gonna do that just because. Just a tiny little piece. Makes me nervous otherwise. Gosh, my fingers are too big. This doesn't need to be like amazing. It's only temporary anyway, but I just want to get that on there. So I don't need to wrap this around perfectly. Just as long as it works and is noticeable. Good enough. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get the last one. Alright, so this last one should be in that second spot because we need number 4. Let's just make sure. Okay. This is going to be tricky. I think I can get this. This is just going to be very tricky. You know, a temporary way. I was thinking I could just cut this cable and then re-strip it. If I don't want to put the iron in there, I might do that if this fights me enough. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. He's still there. Nice. Okay, this could work. Okay. Grape juice. Hey, welcome back. How have you been? It's always good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Sorry guys, it's just taking me a moment because I'm trying to do this very carefully, but this is just it's the problem is it's just I have very little working area. And I'm not sure how I'm going to get this out of there yet, unless I cut it maybe. Maybe. Let's see, can I even get my iron in there without damaging stuff? Gosh. Maybe if I... Okay, it's getting closer and closer to looking like I might just cut it. I prefer not to, but hey. We're experimenting. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, do my best. For anybody wondering, by the way, this cable is not currently plugged in at all. So we're good on that. I don't think I can do it without. I don't think I can do it without cutting it. No. All right. I think I'll just cut it then. That's unfortunate, but not a big deal. I just didn't want to do that. Now I got to get in there and cut it though too. That's going to be tricky. Gosh, I really don't want to cut it if I don't have to though. You know, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I might be able to. I think I have an idea. Hang on. This may or may not work. Okay. All right. You stay. Did that work? I think it started to. I'm trying to kind of cheat here and just pull it out, but I'm trying to do it very, very, very gently. Nudge this wire out of the way. This is definitely not something you want to rush. This is the key thing here. Come on, be cool. Did I get it? Kind of moved on me. It startled me a little. I don't know. Let's see. I think I moved it a little. I think it just kind of shifted is all. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to apply very gentle pressure here. This is quite silly. Come on. I think I might have got it. If I didn't get it, I think I mostly got it. Okay. Looks like, yeah, a little bit there. Okay. It's probably hard to see, but I think we made progress. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I think we got it. Okay. A little messy, but I think we got most of it. Yeah, okay. All right. Turn off our soldering iron for the moment. That was interesting. I've never actually had to do it like that, but seems we're good now. Okay. That was a little scary. I guess if any of you have ever or not ever done stuff like this, but you're ever thinking that you might, here's something that I have definitely learned in the past that I would love to share with you guys. If you're working with very small components or whatever, and they're brittle, they're just they're not very strong, and you think that they could break easily, then I highly recommend never applying too much pressure if you can help it, because what can happen is maybe you'll apply pressure because you're trying to do something with it, and you apply pressure and you slip and you might hit something else. That's happened to me a couple times in the past, because maybe you need like a part to come off or move something, whatever, and if you're applying pressure, it just kind of slips away from you, and next thing you know, you bump into something else and it breaks that, and it can be quite the pain to deal with. So always make sure if you're going to apply pressure, you apply it in a way that it can't like get away from you and you don't accidentally bump anything. Can't find... Oh yeah, you're good. Just cutting away a little excess plastic here, a little shielding. Or rubber, actually, I think it is. There we go. So just braiding it back together. Okay. This is all true. This is all very true, yes. I wrestled the explosion so hard that it gave up and it went backwards. It de-exploded. It imploded itself. It knew better. This is all very true. Frost is correct. All right. So now the question is, how long do I actually? Thank you. How long do I actually want the cable to be? Not very long, but not too short either for future proofing. That's another question you got to ask yourself that I think is really important when I do this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, let's say in the moment I can cut the cable like this short right here, just from here to here, not very long at all, and it works for what I'm doing. But in the future, excuse me, maybe I need it longer. Well, now I'm stuck, and that's a problem. So I mean, you could try to do some workarounds. You could make it work, but I'd rather just have it a little longer just in case. Couple centimeters. Nah, not quite. I'm thinking maybe... Because you can always put it on an extension too if I needed to. So that's good, but I'm thinking maybe something like this back and forth loop I have here. Let me think about this for a moment, though. I think Yeah, I think something like that is probably good. You really don't need a ton, but just again, future proofing. That's all that this is just planning for the future in case something happens. Oh, another bit of advice I can give you guys, like really important bit of information. Um, if you're gonna do any kind of project like this where you're scrapping a cable like this, you're like, oh, I'm gonna use that cable and apply it to something else. Make sure the cable works first before you even do that. It's unlikely that it won't work, but boy, that would be quite the thing to get all that work done, and then it turns out the cable didn't even work in the first place. I did test this one though. This cable, I just used it before I fired up the stream, and it seemed to work just fine. So that's good. I agree, Frost, exactly, and that's what I was thinking too. I agree. Um, I always, whatever I decide, like whatever length I go with, I always just go a little extra in case I botch things somehow. So, yeah, we'll go with like this. That's a decent little bit extra, but just in case I have issues, like because sometimes things happen. Just put it there. Okay. All right, here we go. Now this. Oh, this wire actually looks pretty decent. I was worried it was. I know it's going to be small to work with, but hopefully it's not like impossibly annoying. We'll see though. All right. Shorter than you thought. Yep. Exactly. That's why I always. That is exactly it. That's why I always cut it a little extra, a decent little extra, because yep, I've had that too. Where I was like, okay, about and after that happened one time, it was just like one time. I was like, no, forget it. I'm never doing that again. Like, that's horrible. Let's see if I hold it. Yeah, I keep doing stuff here. Hang on. There we go. Now I can more comfortably work on this, but you can still see. Yeah. Good shot of my crotch too, I think. Yeah. Crotch cam. Crotch cam. Crotch cam. Sorry, I got so excited for that. Okay. This I think this is good. That's actually probably like, yeah. Think this through. Okay. Yeah. How am I gonna deal with the ground? Hmm. I guess I could, yeah, and then I could probably just use some hot glue to kind of do that at the end, I think. I think I'll do that. Okay, let's see what we get here. Alright, I'm gonna cut this like way, yeah. I don't, I wish I did, but I don't. Wait, maybe I do. I think maybe I do. But I don't remember where it is. Let me go check. Good idea. That was a pain in the butt. Okay. I don't even know if it's in here, but I looked everywhere else, so it might be in here. Okay. I'm glad you reminded me. I totally forgot. I had that. I don't actually even know, like, when it comes to heat shrink, I don't actually know, like, if this stuff, I know this might sound kind of silly, but I don't know if this stuff can go bad or not. Because this is old, man. Like, this is old. I forgot I had it until you just reminded me. And I most of the time never need to use it. So that's just funny. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, our wire. Yeah. Let's see here. Thanks for the idea, Frost. I gotta remember to apply it properly, though. Screw that up. Yeah, that'll go great. Okay. All right. So if I, sure, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm a little. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. The ground wire is the problem. They should have just. Well, they shouldn't have done it. It's just the ground wire is the whole issue here. I'd keep them like super short, but that ground wire. I'm just thinking how I want to do this. I'm thinking probably cut them back a decent bit, yank the ground wire out of each. Separate it nice, tie it together. Yeah. Unless you have a better idea. I feel like there may be a euphemism in there. I think that's the word. Stream die when you talk. Oh, I was saying about the ground wire. I'm just not sure how I want to. What's the word? to separate the ground wire. I'm thinking that I'll just cut it back far enough on each end, yank it, tie it together, and go from there. Just kind of create a third wire, basically. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. Okay. Because I don't really have a better idea. Unless you do. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't think of anything else I could do to isolate that wire. That's what I was trying to say. I think I think we'll start with this and see what we get very carefully now. Okay, careful. Nice. Yes. Good. Look at that. Pretty. Why is that wire so small? No. Why do they do that? Why? Oh, I know why. But it's just like, never tried doing that without. Oh, yeah, that's actually how I learned, and I'm just used to it. I have wire cutters, but because, like just growing up and doing this so much, without them and just using scissors, I'm actually more comfortable using the scissors than I am wire cutters, like actual strippers, if you mean, like if that's what you mean. Andy, if we ever win the lottery, I'm buying you all the proper tools you need. This hurts Nick and I. Thanks. You learn real fast when you need. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I know Techno knows, but I think that's funny. Yes. That's right, you do. And that's it. It's just I didn't have a lot of the tools that I needed when I was younger, so it was just kind of like make do with what you got. Actually, my initial tool for stripping wire was not even scissors. Before I decided to learn to do it with scissors, it was my teeth. I would just bite into it with the proper amount of pressure, and I actually got really good at it. I know I would just take it, and I could do it fast too. I would just spit out the little piece of plastic and be on my way. I actually got very good at that, but then when I got older and stuff, I was like, I shouldn't do that because of like multiple reasons. But again, make do with what you got kind of thing. So yeah, if I ever need to, cut some wire, on the spot there. No, it hurts. Proper tools. Wow. Nice, Frost. You used your teeth? Yes. Yeah, I did. It's easy for smaller. It is. It really is. Maybe I can show you guys. Maybe I can show you because this will probably work out. Maybe. Let me see. Hang on. Now it's been a long time, so watch me screw this up. You can. You see it? It worked. It worked very well. Just gotta do it very, very carefully. Can you guys see that? I don't know how well it shows up, but got it. It's been a long time. Okay, yeah, it's like it works really well. You see it barely? Okay. Maybe if I here. Here. Can you see from your does that look clear or is it blurry? Oh, it's blurry? Oh. Oh, okay. Like you can see the red and it's stripped on the end? That's about it. I think it's because I'm putting it too close. I'm gonna try the other one. Cool. All right. Good. Good, good, good. Wow. Tinker's so mad. So mad. All right. This is good so far. Good so far. You got to be very careful when you use your teeth, though. Like on the smaller wires, it's not too bad, but just still be careful. You know, you don't want to overbite them or anything like that. But it works out pretty well. Okay. Now what I'm doing is just binding the ground together at the moment. Yeah. Oops. Okay, that's fine. All right. Hang on 1 second. Be right back. Okay. Wow. No, I don't think I would be. I don't think so. Yeah, I agree, Frost. I agree with that logic. Okay, so now. Hmm. 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 Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I think what we'll do is solder the left and the right first. Whichever they are, we'll figure that out in a moment. But for now, seems like I'm still a little. Okay. Let's see. Nice strength, nice. I think I would like what I'd like to do is we'll handle these two first because then we can shrink them. Then come back with our ground and shrink that. Hmm. Gosh, this is gonna be tricky though. Because I just realized the shrink tubing. I'm gonna have to like deal with that in a silly kind of way. We'll see though. Yeah, this might be a little goofy. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this to work. This definitely be tricky. If I cut it down a little bit, it could work. A little better. Okay. And then This is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, I think. But I will do my best. I will do my best. So now we need to figure out what the heck we got going on for our audio cable. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Okay. So T R equals turn them into a single R, then shrink over the main. I agree. Yeah, I agree. What I'm gonna do is attempt to get our left and our rights shrunk first, then we'll get our ground in its entirety. That's the way I was gonna go with it anyway. Can you hand me water?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. No, thank you. You're my helper. You and Frost, you got it. Okay. Let's figure out what the heck our singles are here. Forever Play. Hello and welcome to you. Do you mod any games? Do you mean on the software level or the hardware level? I mean, I guess I've kind of done both to some extent or another. Alright, how am I going to do this? Let's see. Carefully. Alright, who are you? Let's see, who we got? Okay, let's just make sure. Hang on. Stay. Yeah, okay. So white is our tip. Tip equals white. And white, or tip is, what was tip? Frost, what was tip, please? And then red. And okay. If you don't mind, if you're available there. Tip is left. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so white is our left, and we need to go to. Oh, that's interesting. The black. Okay. The red. Okay. All right. Good. So we need for our white wire here to go to our little thin black wire with a piece of tape on it down here. Let's just verify. Let me just make sure I am saying this correctly. So all right. Tip is white. Or here, I'm gonna just, white, left, right. Okay. My left ear loves this video. As far as I know, I believe I read JAMA is mono. So I really, actually, technically, I believe I don't actually need left and right, but I'm hooking it up anyway in case I'm wrong. And I don't know which one it would use in that case. If that is the case, but I'm fairly certain maybe not every single JAMA, but I think most JAMA is mono. Or all, maybe. I think just the way they designed it. I think I read that. But again, yeah, I'm just wiring it just in case I'm wrong. And then, yeah, just playing it safe, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. Okay, so if I'm going to do that, I need to have, I need to have that immediately on there. And then 1 and 1, okay. How long do I want this? Maybe. Gosh, I haven't used this stuff in forever. I mean, if I recall, it's as simple as it is. It's like, I think you just put it on the spot you want and hit the heat gun and you're good to go. Isn't that it for us? Like, there's nothing special. I don't need to do anything. Gosh, it's been so long. How much it shrinks? That's actually not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Okay, yeah, good call. Let's do that. Thanks, man. Okay. Before I test that, I'm just gonna, because if it's garbage anyway, it's garbage. If it really doesn't want to go, but I'll just cut my lengths for what I think is good. This should be plenty for our primary piece. Something about like that. Okay. And then our little secondaries, not much at all for those guys at this point, but all just in case, kind of. Yeah, about there. Okay, put those there. Get this. Alright, let's see what we get for this. Do a little experiment. Oh, well that should work great for that. I mean, it basically wraps around it perfectly, so actually I'm going to reduce it down to 1 wire and see what I get. Okay. What temperature do you think for this? Do you have a recommended temperature? I don't know a good one for heat wrap, because I believe when I did it years ago, it was just one of those kind of heat guns where it was like super cheap and it had like high and low. It wasn't like an actual temperature. I'm sure there's somebody on Google somewhere that's just like, hey, this is about the right temperature. Let me see. If you don't mind looking it up, Frost, or if somebody else wouldn't mind looking, because my keyboard is kind of crowded. Sure, if you don't mind. Just something like, I don't know what the technical name for this is. Like, I guess first we got to figure out the technical name for this stuff. Heat shrink wrap? Wire? I don't actually know the technical name. That's probably it. For wiring? Heat shrink tubing. Okay. And then just like optimal temperature for heat shrink tubing, please. Okay. Roughly 200 degrees. Roughly. Okay. Okay. Looks like Frost has some too. Common polyolefin materials have a recommended shrink temperature around 90. So, yeah, okay. I think he's looking at the same thing you are. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sweetie. Thank you. Thank you, Frost. Okay. All right, I can work with that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Control the time, manage your distance from. Yeah, I'm going to take it real slow here because I don't work with the heat gun much at all. My experience with heat gun is like very, very low. Like I've done it when I needed to, and well, we're going to figure out now. We're going to learn a little bit. So that's what we're doing. Set this aside too. Okay. All right. Don't want to damage our other stuff or anything. So let's see. Thank you, Techno. This is very good advice. Very good advice. I'll do my best. Hang on. I don't like the way this is facing. I want this to be... There we go. There we go. Hang on a second. I think I'm pulling a little too much. Hang on, I just want to be careful. Good point, production, yes. Let me plug this into another outlet. Okay. Let's see what we get with this. Alright, I'm going to start it at like 150. Just kind of go with that at first, see what I get. Okay. Oh, it's already. Boy, that doesn't take... You were right for us. That like takes almost nothing. I'm at 150. Well, 151 to be exact. Okay. Wow. It's pretty sturdy feeling. Yeah. That's great. It's on there pretty tight. Like, I can't slide it very... Like, I haven't slid it at all yet. I'm not trying to, like, push too hard, but... No, that doesn't really want to move. Now I'm pushing hard. That does not want to move. That was great. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. I think we are ready to move on. Okay. Let's just move this out of the way. There. Indeed. Thank you again for the idea, Frost. I just, like I said, I totally forgot that I had that stuff. So glad you pointed that out. Okay. Alright. Get these out of the way. Okay. Excuse me. we're taking our white wire. We're going, I believe, to the thin black. Okay. White wire to thin black. Okay. Let's put on our shield or our shrink. Honestly, this is probably like too big, but hey. Whatever. Okay. Leave that there. And then yeah, this is a pretty good size. I probably should have waited to wrap the ground wire, honestly. Yeah. Oh well. This is like... it just doesn't need to be that long. Cut it back a little. I shouldn't have bound my stupid ground wire first. Ugh. I mean, I could undo it. You know what? I'm just going to do that. That'll make everything... Otherwise, I'm just bringing pain on myself. And I didn't actually coil it that hard anyway, so... Well, now you know. See? We're learning together. I hope. Come on, be nice. Got that. Okay. Good. Cool. Actually, sometimes that can be like really annoying to deal with. I was not looking forward to doing this mod. I really wasn't, but I guess that makes it sound like I really was hating it or something. That's not the case. I just kind of wasn't in the mood, I guess. But it needs to happen if I want to do the arcade stuff. So. And protect the equipment, so this is long-term better plan. Okay, so as long as that and then bring it down and then that other, yeah, that should work. Okay. All right. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. I disavow the arsonist in chat. Fire is bad, okay? Okay. All right. Tin our wire just a little bit. Get a little flux. Tiny little bit. Okay. Fair enough production. There we go. Okay. So let me just pull this tape off real quick here. Set that over there. I don't know how much you'll be able to see with my hands in the way, but it's kind of the best I can do. I don't actually have a crazy, like, good system for soldering wire together so much as just kind of press it together and go with it in the right way. And usually that works out. So we'll see what happens here. That looks sloppy. There we go. I mean, it's bound, but it just looks a little sloppy. If I can clean it up, that would be nice. There we go. Come on. Honestly, that's probably good enough, yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now we'll push this down over this. There we go. And do the same for this side. Peanut butter flux? It does look like peanut butter now that you say that a little bit. So I'm going to keep all the... I knew that was true. I knew it. All these years. I knew it. So we're just going to take this little piece of rubber. Just put some flux on the end of it. And we'll put it on this guy here. You got to make the sound effects. It helps. Okay. Sure. Okay. Oh, crikey. I forgot to put the thing on. Where's the scan lines? Oh, man. You're right, Devil. Where are the scan lines? What the heck? You're right. Ooh. Oh, thank you. I'll take that as a definite compliment. Thanks. All right. I don't know. Let's see here. Silly Billy Andy forgot to put the thing on first before. Oh, that actually worked out pretty well, though. Okay. Good job, me. Yay. Okay. That was not terrible, fortunately. Good, good, good. All right. Where's my... All right. This is going to be interesting. Oh, wait. Tin little fella. There you go. There you go. Actually, on Andy is more HD than the one on his work. Oh. Yeah, maybe it's this one in particular, these two, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, Frost could be right, actually. Yeah, because I do have like one similar camera, but then I have two other different ones for the sake of like keeping the drivers happy and all that. Because otherwise, Logitech, I guess, didn't really account for like people having multiples of the same camera too well on Windows 7 anyway. Alright, can I just get you to stay up please. Just stay up. Come on. Here we go. Alright, let's see how this goes. Please, don't fight me too much. Okay. Oh man, that was beautiful. I love when that happens. Look at this. I don't know how well you can see that. Like, look at that, the red to the white. That bound so nicely. Oh, yes. 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 That was a good one. That was a real. Why didn't the other one do that? They need to all do that. Ugh. Wow, that's a very big handy. Edge case of someone's wanting 20 of the same camera pointing every. I know, right? What the heck? The heck indeed. The hecka. Okay. Let's try this very carefully now. Yeah, other way. Don't be silly. Come on now. There you go. Got a little straggler. There we go. Oh, man, I'm so happy. I love when you get a good solder like that. That's just good stuff. Okay. How do I want to handle this one? Do I want to just go right across? I think I will. I think I'll do that. Just kind of like that. I think so. Okay. Oh, man, that would have been. Oh, dude. Oh. The heck. I did it again. I forgot to move the stupid shrink piece of crappa. Where were you on that one, Frost? Did you fall asleep? I know you're tired, man. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Oh, man. This is Andy's finest work right here. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I at least didn't solder it. So that would have been really a bummer then. That would have been super bummer mode. Okay. Here, just like that. There we go. Good. And back. Okay. Let's try this one more time. The timer, no, the time. You know, I actually thought about the timer too. I was like, I could do the timer. And I was like, no, just no. No. I love that emote. That emote is so you. A little drinking the tea or whatever. It's pretty good. All right. Shrink first or solder first? I think I'll do solder. Just get it all done, I think. I think that's okay. If I shrink first, then solder, that could work. If I solder first, and then shrink, I don't think this is gonna, I don't think this is gonna matter either way. Okay. I'm glad you like that one too. I'm very glad. That makes me happy. Come on. I agree. The thonks of both man and bear to solve. Yes. Exactly. Oh man, that's a lot of flux. Well, whatever. Okay. Excuse you. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Sure looks like it. Usually I use like a little stick or Q-tip or something, but whatever. It's fine. So we're just gonna kind of overlap these two, I think. Excuse me. This is gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, okay. Come on, be cool. No, be cool, be cool. Did that work? Oh my gosh, I love that. That worked really well, I think. There's my... That looks pretty good. I think that's like really... I think. I'm gonna add a little more just because I'm paranoid. Just a tiny bit. Just to really make sure on the other side there that we're good. Okay. Hopefully I don't regret this choice because it's a pretty good bind otherwise. Eric, the Warlock. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Paranoid family. Thank you. I don't suppose you're a World of Warcraft player, Eric. I might actually know who you are. Maybe. But welcome regardless, and thank you for the follow. Andy, has Andy cracked the code yet? No, I'm still trying to hack the Matrix. I'm still trying. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. We're making it happen. I'm trying to get this. I like to have it where everything just comes together all real nice, and so I just want to get this last little bit bound here if I can. Okay, come on. I think that was good. That's better. Yeah, okay. We have several uh, different spots now where we've bound that one together. That one's just a thicker, more complicated wire there. And I just wanted to make sure we had a really good bind there, which I think we do. It sure looks pretty darn decent. I'm happy with that. I'd be happier with like the other one having a little bit nicer look to it, but hey, that's fine. That's not what we're going for anyway. But now let's go ahead and see if we can shrink this down, clean up our mess, and yeah, man. All right, let's get our heat switched over from one to the other. I want to be careful with this. Something that I also need to be mindful of, actually, that I've just noticed, is that the shrink wrap tubing, the shrink tubing, I need to have. I think I need to have both in spot before I do this, because if one goes and then it actually accidentally shrinks the other, if I'm not paying attention, it'll shrink it in the wrong spot. So I'm trying to get these lined up is what I'm trying to do here. This is going to be tricky. There, that's better to see. Okay. Just sometimes I think maybe people get impatient with this stuff. Maybe. Seems like it. That's true for me as well sometimes in life. So I always try to do my best to remember, just take your time and do it right. Because if you don't, well, then you're going to probably be sad later on. Atode. Alright. There we go. This is looking better. Still a little flux on there. Yuck. Alright, let's just double check our positioning. Okay, so right about there. That should be good. Okay. Carefully now. Give that the moment to warm up. We'll see what we can do. Very, very, very important that we shrink this in the right spot. Can't have wires touching. Just taking my time. This is looking good so far. Using about still the same temperature, 150. Not quite shrunk enough to where I'm satisfied. So we're going to keep going a little bit here. Hopefully I don't overdo it. Let's back off for a second. Let's just take a look here. Kind of inspect our progress, because I'm wanting very much to shrink it more, but I just want to check. I don't want to overdo it. Actually, that seems the wire itself, you know, that has its X amount of girth, but then the solder itself on there adds more girth, and we've definitely gripped onto that. I think we're good on that one. Now this other one, I can't really get my fingers in there, so we'll use the pliers. I think this one's good too. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So now let's just kind of pinch that slightly. Actually, that loosened up a little bit there. I'm not pleased with that. Let me. I want to tap a little more solder on this ground wire. Yeah, because that actually, I'm not happy with that. It was just slightly off there a little bit. I think this will be good. Hope so. Okay. Okay. I think that came out good. Let's see. There we go. Now I feel a lot better. Okay, yeah. Very good. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so now let's go ahead and put our last shrink tube on. Hopefully this will all come together nicely. Hopefully. This might be a little tricky to get everything bound together here, actually, because we're going shrink tubing over tubing. I may actually regret using the size on this one here that I have chosen. Actually, I think I will regret it right now. Regret incoming. Regret incoming. Sad feelings approaching quickly. Uh-oh. 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 Ah, crap. I should have used a little larger gauge apparently on that. Can we do something about that? Can we do something about that? Because I don't want to push them too hard, but yeah, our gauge on this is just a little low. This is not the end of the world. This is fine. Like, you know, we have options that we can explore here. It's just, that's unfortunate. I should have used, so little something to learn here. We created, initially the stuff that we were working with in this wire fits this well enough, but because I created extra width here with these other wraps, I might be able to if I really wanted to like jam it all in there, but I don't like doing that if I can help it. But let's at least see it with a little pressure if we can get some luck. But I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think this is gonna do what I want. So the SCART cable cap won't close. No, it's not that. It's that I'm trying to shrink the last of these wires together with this shrink tubing. Because actually, if anything, I think the SCART cable cap should close. Should, by the time I'm done. Oh well. We're gonna use a little hot glue, I think, at this point. I know some people aren't a fan of that, but I do want to isolate that. So let's plug it in. Okay. All right. So, what we're doing is being very careful not to roll over our wires. I've learned two things today. One, some people don't like hot glue on electronics, and two, Andy lives dangerously. Nice. Yeah, then you're learning well, my good man. Yeah. Yeah, there's just some people out there that I've seen. They're like, oh, hot glue, no, no. But like in my opinion anyway, hot glue is fine if you use it right. But I have seen a lot of people where they just get like crazy with it. Like they just really don't use it in a way that's like beneficial in my opinion. Like it just kind of makes a big old mess and causes like problems in the long term if you ever want to work on that thing again or something. Um, but it is what it is. Everybody's got their preferences for stuff. So we're just waiting for this to heat up. And what we're trying to do is we've bound our wires together in here, so that's good. We have our breakout set up, so that's nice. And I was hoping to use the shrink tubing to basically shield these from each other, which these two worked out great. These are great, so I'm very happy about that. But our last one here, yeah, a little trouble. I would think so. Yeah, I would think that stuff is like super, super, super available and cheap. I actually have a larger gauge. I have it. I just because at the beginning of this video, I was saying I don't have a whole lot of experience with the little projects of like this type exactly. Is this thing even getting warm? It should be. Just takes a while. Yeah, it's okay. It's getting a little warm. I just didn't count on the fact that we would have more width here than what this particular one could handle. So that's just kind of like, oh, darn. But, oh well. Hot. Warning. Will burn. Good to know. Good to know. Why does this thing take so long to heat up? Basically what I'm going to do at this point is just coat around the area here. Just to conceal it from other wiring in there, because you don't want anything else to bump into anything else. And then we're going to try to close it up, and I don't see any reason why we can't test it. I've got an arcade board hooked up and everything, so we'll give it a go once we're done here. Gosh, this thing really does take a while to heat up, it seems. Maybe because I'm sitting here with nothing else to do. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to move the microphone for a second. I need to really look closely. I'm just inspecting my work. I think it's pretty good, but I want to just really make sure. Shazang, you're terrible. Okay. I think true. True. That is true. You are correct. All right. So now new problem. Getting it to fit. So let's see. First of all, is that okay. I think if I just tuck it down in here, I think it'll be okay. This is gonna be tricky. Flatten that out just a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can tuck this in kind of down in there. Hopefully. And carefully. I don't want to mess up any other wires. Gosh, this is going to be close, I think. Oh, man. This is going to take some effort. So close, so close. Tie where the new cable comes out and give it a small amount of slack and then zip tie it. Actually, that is what I was using before. I have a zip tie right here. And yeah, that was pretty much the idea. So I think we're on the right track for us. However, bit of a new problem here that I didn't anticipate that I kind of forgot. I should have ran the wire through the jacket here. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. I need to think about this. Huh. That's a bummer. Ding, dang, darn doodles. That's unfortunate. Because that would have been perfect. Perfect. If I ran that through first. Crap on a cracker. I need to think about this. And there's no way I can kind of, I think, stretch or pull this thing to get the... Yeah, no, I can't do that. Okay, let's think. Let's think. Okay, I think I have a plan. I think. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Yep. Yep. I'm not happy about that, but that's looking like the way to do it. Man, it would have been so clean if I thought to run it through this first. That would have been like just, I think that's what we're going to have to do here. Otherwise, I have to cut and rebind or whatever, something like that, and I don't want to do that. I do not. I do not. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do exactly that. Because I don't think... Yeah. What a shame. That's really unfortunate. That would have been like just perfection. But now we know. Yes, exactly. Yep. I agree. So you have a good attitude about it. That's exactly it, man. Just now you know. I hate to do it, but yeah. Should need to cut this a little further back. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I cut that decently. I can't exactly tell. I think I can just wiggle that out now. I think. I have to manhandle this thing a little bit. Hold still. At this point, the scissors might work better. Kind of hard to tell. Like I'm trying to be careful. um, this is hard to do too when I got the mic. You know, I'm just gonna move the microphone again. This would be like way easier then. I'll be right back. Let me get some better cutters. Yeah, sure. Good luck. All right, let's see. I got a knife here. I was gonna get some cutters. I have some better cutters, but they may have fallen behind the shelf that I keep my tools on, because I can't find them. I don't know where the heck they are. So I got a little blade. I'll just try to cut it out that way very carefully. But I'm gonna set the microphone aside again because normally I like talking to you guys while I do this, but I really gotta like get in close. And when the microphone is in the way, it's really hard to do this. if you can't find them, don't worry. Like, yeah, I don't want you to. Okay. Well, thank you for checking. Nice. Modifying a cable tath. Trying to make an audio breakout. Not quite there, but we're getting close. I'm trying to cut it as close as possible. Hey, 100 player. Haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back. How you been? Mm. Close. Very close. I don't know. I figured because it's for retro gaming stuff, equipment. Nice laser rifle. Thank you. Trying, hey, it's a work in progress. Trying to get this all to fit in nice. We'll see though. We're very close. Just need a little more depth on this side, I think. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Frost. I agree. I'll explain what I'm doing in a moment here. I'm just very focused. Hmm. Almost there. Almost. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I think I got it. I might have to redo my zip tie here. That's fine. If I need to do that, but we'll see. I'd rather not if I can. We're so close now. We're so close. Man, this cable has been like massively modded at this point. But I think it'll be worth it. Hopefully. As long as I didn't screw up anything. Sweetie, can you get me they're black handled pliers. They're like a big pair. It should be like a pretty heavy duty. That's what I opened the orange juice with. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. One of a kind. So yes, technically I guess it is a one of a kind now, yeah. Oops, careful. I'm trying to be very careful where I kind of grip this thing. Let's see what we're looking at here. Rotate that a little bit. Maybe not that much. Oh, well, okay, cool. Push that down a little bit. I think we're just about done. Switch to this cable. Yeah, I know, right? That sounds about right. That sounds about right. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Put that down there. Why not? Cut that little extra bit off. Actually. Okay. Well, might as well bind the wires together. Why not? I hope this works. I hope this works. Because if it doesn't, well, that stinks. Well, the sound card should be alright. Yeah, should be. But we'll see. Mostly because that stuff seems to, as far as I can tell within like specs and stuff, it's built for a little extra oomph there as like a failsafe kind of thing. Okay, my goodness. Cool. Well, there you have it. Our newest mod to this wire is an audio breakout cable. So in case anybody missed it, this little switch here was already there. I did this a couple weeks ago. It allows me to use a Taito F3 arcade board with the OSSC. Otherwise, because of the synchronization of that particular board, it's not very happy otherwise. So if I want to use that, I just flick this little switch up. If I want to use everything else at the moment, I flick it down. But I decided I wanted to make an audio breakout cable as well, because I have a automatic SCART switcher that I am concerned could have issues with amplified audio being passed through it. So instead of passing the audio through, I'm just bypassing it outright. Is there any chance at all that something has shorted inside? Yeah, I'd say there's a chance. There's a chance for just about anything. Why would you say such a terrible thing, Frost? Why would you say that to me? How dare you, good sir? How dare you? Okay. No, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. You just want to see if they're officially dead, basically. Is that what you're getting at? You want to see that they're kaputski? Because I'm fine with that. It's not a bad idea. Help me out here, Frost. I need to, how's this go? So if I want to test like our number one, right out, then we need to do 2 on this end. Oh, crike. Your ass, oh, heck, man, you're freaking, I need 3 hands. Let's see here. Is it 1 to 2, Frost? Is that this was your idea, man. Make sure we have. Okay. Where did he go? Where did he go? If I do, I'll let you know. I'm mostly just complaining. Yeah, thank you though. Actually, I think it looks a little loose there. Okay, no, that's good. All right, I can test with the in to the out. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, which should be 2. Should be, I believe, the bottom one there. All right, let's see. The top second one, I think. Okay. Let's see. What did we do? We did top as well, whatever. Let's see. Because I'll figure it out one way or another. Right. And then mid must be number 2. Get it. Okay, cool. All right, well, at least that's good. But going from one side to the other, honestly, I think it's fine. I don't see how it would. But that is good, actually. That shows me that is Getting that um, from our little jack here. So I think we're good. We're gonna test this. So give me a moment to hook up the cable, and then let's see what we get. Just clean up a little bit of my mess here. All right, I just need to hook up the cable. It'll take me a moment. Flashlight. Okay. All right. I think we're almost ready. Man. All right. This next level. This next level is actually very. It's one of those levels where, if everything goes according to plan, it's not so bad. But as soon as something goes wrong, it's really, really bad. Really bad. It's as simple as that. I guess. Alright guys, I'm not gonna, I don't know. This level is called Mount Pain. And it is a pain. It is definitely a pain. But, we'll see what I can do. Oh man. This level. I like this level. I like it a lot. But it's tough. Alright. All right, should be good now. Thank you, Frost. Appreciate you letting me know. Let's. I had to use the restroom real quick. So let me just wipe this off real quick. My little mess. And then we're gonna test. And then watch everything promptly explode. And then I'll be sad. I believe that's how it goes. I think so. Ah, boy, I'm always a little nervous to test things, you know, make sure that they're working. All right, let's just start turning things on. Okay. You came for the explosions? Oh boy. Okay. Be cool. Okay, there we go. All right. Switch profile to arcade, which is 12. Okay, now we just turn on the arcade. Make sure actually my board is plugged in properly. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure I'm not gonna like blast the audio. Okay. All right. All right. So basically, here's what's could happen as far as I know when I hit the power button to turn everything on. Number one, catches fire, burns the house down. Number two, explodes, blows the house up. Number three, implodes, just compressing the house down into a single little. Number four, somebody shows up and gives me $1 million. I'm really hoping for that one. Hasn't happened yet, but I hear it is a thing that can happen when you're doing this kind of stuff. Number five, it turns on and you see the picture, but we don't get any audio. Number six, what we're hoping for as well is just you see it and we get audio. So yeah, let's see what we get. Okay. Okay, we have synchronization. Good. We have a single. All right, now let's see if we can get audio. No audio yet. Uh-oh. That's what I need, yes. Crud, we don't have audio yet. Hang on. Something... Something's not taking, it seems. Oh, hang on. Our sync is also a little... I think I might be able to deal with that. Sometimes this helps sometimes, but we'll see. Well, what was it, number 5? I think we got number 5 at the moment. Yeah, big O. Let me just check my audio devices here. Let me try just simply plugging it in again. No, unfortunately, got nothing this way. But I think actually I have a very silly workaround that may just work. Give me one moment. I think I think I know what I can do here. Hang on one sec. I need to go get something, and then this might work. This is gonna be interesting. I hope this works. Okay. I think this hopefully will work. Okay. Hang on, I think we got it. Because I'm shooting for 1,000. I'd like to try to beat 1,000 of those games. As my initial goal. All right. Does it sound okay? Hopefully. I think we got it. Man, that was... Ay, that was a lot of effort. Yes! Yes! Is it coming in, you have this game? Yes, this game is awesome. Yes. Yep. Yeah, in case anybody doesn't know, this is the actual arcade PCB. This is the real deal. It's a little glitchy, as you can see right here. I think it needs a little repair work, because that graphical glitch, I've tried to get rid of that, and I with like basic troubleshooting, can't get rid of it yet. So I think I'm gonna have to do some more advanced stuff, which I don't entirely know a whole lot about, but I'm willing to learn. Sweet! Pixel Ghost, hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Paranoid family. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Oh, this game has some really cool stuff to it, by the way. Like some really quirky, fun little stuff. Hang on, let me get chat back. I just had to get it back in position there. Hang on. There we go. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, in case anybody missed it, the whole thing that's going... Oh, actually, I was gonna say, this game's got some charm to it, too. Hang on, let me see if I can show you. That barrel over there, watch this. Like, this game just has nifty little things about it. No, don't throw the barrel, dude! I wanted that! Oh, alright, fine. If there's another barrel, I'll try to show you guys, because you can do fun little things. Not that kind of barrel, though. You need, like, an empty barrel. Take that! Oh! I really like this game. This game is very, very solid. And I don't know why people blow up like that, but they do. Punching people isn't how we solve our problems. It's how you solve your problems in this game. That's the way to get your point across. You can do different combos by pressing up or down depending on how, like, on the end of the combo. Like, hey man, that was rude. Like, if you hold down, you'll throw the guy. Like, I didn't finish the combo. There we go. That's holding down. If you press up, you'll do that uppercut that you've seen me doing. Like that. Oh, I have the game's difficulty on the hardest, by the way, so my damage and I guess other things are going to be kind of gnarly. But you know me. Hey, welcome back! This is a game called Zero Team. And it's pretty solid. It's a really good game. I like it a lot. We are playing on the actual arcade hardware. That's why it's a little glitchy there. This game's got a bit of a problem. So I'll have to look into that eventually. You do have what's called a... Uh-oh. Nice! Take that! Ooh! I like how you can just like pick up things and throw them. I'm sorry, I'm enjoying this a lot. Hang on. Ooh! No! Nice. This game does have all kinds of maneuvers that you can do though. It's really solid. Nice. Ooh, hey. Bananas. Bananas, yes! Alright, cool. Got a lot of health back. Tenmachi, welcome back as well. Wow, got some people coming in I haven't seen in quite some time. Is the audio okay, by the way? It looks like you guys should be able to hear it decently, right? If you don't press up or down at the end of the combo, he does just kind of an uppercut without jumping. Like, let's see if I can show you. Like that. This game has other moves, apparently, but, I don't know all the moves yet, because I haven't learned this game yet. But I'm excited, too. I'm very excited to learn this game. This game is cool. Nice. Like, see that little back attack you can do? So if somebody's behind you, just give them a little elbow. I'm trying to show you getting nailed. It's not close enough. There we go. You can pick up this little rocket launcher here and do some significant damage. I forget, was it you that told me about the Has Supergun? It might have been Tenmachi. I mean, I know of it. I don't use one myself, but I know it's regarded as being very good. A lot of people love it. Personally, I haven't gone out of my way to get it because I'm very happy with my Supergun. Like, I have no issues with it thus far, so I just haven't felt the need. But I know a lot of people like it. I'm trying to save my ammo a little bit. Can you shoot the people in the back? Oh! You can't hit them twice. If you're wondering why I didn't shoot again. Oh, dang. What just hit him over? I don't even know. Oh, they must. Oh, they're like running. What are they doing? I don't even know. Okay. After you run out of ammo, then you can just throw the whole thing. Oh, here, watch. Okay, if I can throw this guy at these barrels, cool things happen. But no, stop knocking over the barrels. Stop it, dude. Unfortunately, this game isn't like Final Fight where you can, like, grab somebody and walk around with them. Ah, he broke it. Oh, man. I guess you have to do it just the right way. I'll just tell you what happens. If you throw people at a barrel in just the right way, they actually get stuck in it, and it's really funny. Or you can throw a barrel, and, oh, here, maybe we can try it here. Let's see. Try again. There you go, see? It just gets stuck around him. But yeah, if you hit them just right, it'll actually like knock them into the barrel, and then they're stuck that way too. Ow! This is interesting though, also as a game, because like this is by I don't know how to say it. It's like Seibu Haitsu. I forget. It's the people that make like Raiden, and whatnot. They actually made a beat 'em up. And they don't usually do that, as far as I know. In fact, this might be, I don't know if it's their first and only beat 'em up, but yeah. That was a nice little dodge. And this is where? What's where? I'm not sure what you're asking. Thoth, sorry. Seibu Kaihatsu. Thank you, yes, that's the company that made this. But yeah, in case anybody missed it, this is Zero Team. I'm so glad everything is working out and we're good to go. This is nice because, like I was saying, the whole thing of this was I wanted to bypass the audio. Whoa. Entirely. So that it's not running through the OSSC or my SCART switch that I'm using. Oof. Ow. Nice. This guy reminds me of Vega, the way he like goes up and then kind of jumps off and does that like that right there. That's totally Vega. Oof. No. Nice. I love that uppercut. It's very fun to do that. Didn't actually want to throw him, but okay. He's almost done for. Headbutt! Yeah! Nice. I've been trying to remember who told me about it. I got mine at the end of the year, just waiting to get a BNC breakout cable to put it in my MVS to use. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Are you gonna go with a MVS multi, or are you gonna actually get individual cards? Because I went with a multi, honestly. I'm not. I hate switching cartridges on the Neo Geo. Like, they're freaking huge. Did you buy the OSSC pre-built or parts? Pre-built, yeah. Hey, Ice Queen, welcome back. Yeah, definitely pre-built. MVS 1. Well, I mean, like, are you gonna use not? Oh, okay, I see what you're thinking. I didn't mean like a multi cartridge, like as in like more slots. I meant like an actual like, you know, like kind of like a flash cart, basically. Yeah, multi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you going with that, or are you gonna do actual cartridges? Have you? Okay, all right, yeah. I can tell you right now, I love mine. It is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. You will not be disappointed. It is so nice not to have to switch cartridges. It is, but it's way cheaper than collecting the games individually, unless you only want like, you know, just a couple games and they're super cheap. But yeah. Here, I'll show you guys something. I just wanted to test this. I'm very happy. Like, we'll do an actual playthrough this game later. But here, I'll show you. Since we're on the subject of Neo Geo, if you haven't seen a Neo Geo cart, they're huge. They're like these ginormous cartridges. And there's another company that made cartridges that are actually very similar. I don't have a Neo Geo cart. Actually, no, I do. I'll show you both. Let me. Yeah, I'll show you guys. This is really cool stuff. Be right back. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you guys something quite silly. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this off. It's kind of loud and stuff. I'm so happy to have that working. All right. So, if any of you have never actually seen a Neo Geo cartridge, then get ready, because I think you're gonna find this quite interesting. Hang on, it's in a case here, so let me take it out of the case. If you don't want to spoil it for yourself, then don't look at the upper camera for a moment. Just look at the bottom right camera if you don't want to spoil it for just a moment. Okay, just set the case like that. There we go. Okay, so I know, the snow is just, it's terrible here. It really is. But we got fires going, as you can see, so it's gonna be okay. So here you go. This is your classic Super Nintendo game. This is an extra that I have. I have an extra copy of Super Mario World, so it's in a bit of funky shape, a little bit anyway. Just to give you, I want to show you guys a size comparison. So here is Super Mario World, and here is King of Fighters 97 for Neo Geo. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. All right, there we go. Can you see? Okay, there you go. That's a Neo Geo game. They're both cartridge based, but they're friggin-normous. And they even have 2 rows of pins on them. These things are monsters. This is the biggest game cartridge I have ever seen. So there you go. I just love that. I think that's really out of this world. Now here's something wasteful. Well, actually, there is entirely, like, they use the whole area. It might seem like it, but they actually use all of it. It's not just empty. Excuse me. Here's something though that that some of you may or may not recognize. This is very similar to a Neo Geo cartridge. But this is not actually Neo Geo. Does anybody know what this goes to? Do we have anybody that can guess? Here, just for size comparison, let me hold it up here and show you. Let's see, there you go. Like, very, very similar in size. Like, they're pretty darn close. Ice Queen. Ice Queen. Nicely done. That is correct. It's a Poly Game Master game. Yep. That is absolutely correct. Yes. Yeah, they are very similar to Neo Geo. Yep. Like, what the heck? Yeah, they're really impressive of how similar they are. Some of them you can actually see through the cartridge there a little bit, but I mean, look, they're even the double pins and everything. I thought you might not have, Tenmachi. These are weird, strange things. The game here, does anybody know what this game is? It calls, like, without I would imagine Googling will tell you, but well, I'll just tell you. This game, it's called B-Storm on here. But this is Dodonpachi number 2. This is the arcade version of Dodonpachi 2, to give you an idea what the heck it is. But it's also called B-Storm. Yes, the little Dodonpachi, yep. Nicely done, yep. I'm glad we have people in here that know some of this stuff. It's good. Anyway, whew, that was a lot of work. I'm really glad to just get that done. Once again, like, because I feel like my explanation was probably a little all over the place as I was doing this. So I'm going to explain to those of you that might not have missed it or whatnot what we were doing. I use a super gun for my arcade stuff to output to a SCART cable, and that SCART cable goes into a SCART switcher that I have. That SCART switcher is a G-SCART, it's called, and it's an 8-port SCART switch, and so far it's really great, but people were destroying them in the past, apparently, with their super guns, and not knowing why. These days, the G-SCART is made, I guess, to be more resistant to improper voltages of audio, but apparently it was audio that was causing the problems. So yeah, if you get into arcade stuff, Japanese versus Euro, no, I mean that will cause problems, but the problem here apparently, if that's what you were referring to anyway, so if you get into arcade stuff, here's the problem that can occur, and you need to be aware of this if you're getting into arcade stuff and you're using an OSSC or other things in between. If you're going straight to like TV or speakers, you're fine, don't worry. But if you're going to OSSC or like a SCART switcher, then here's what you need to know. The audio on arcade games is not designed the same way as the audio on home game consoles like your Super Nintendo and your Sega Genesis and stuff like that. It's not the same design. What happens is some arcade boards will boost the audio and they will amplify it. And so it's not just a set volume level. Like when you plug in your Super Nintendo, it has a set volume level, and then the TV itself will then modify and amplify that volume level accordingly. That's what happens there in a normal television, setup with your game consoles. But because arcade games, they don't have a television that they're playing on necessarily. It's more of like, you can think of it as like a monitor rather than a TV. The arcade owners aren't sitting there with a remote turning it up or down. They use the motherboard they use the PCB from the arcade board. It has usually some kind of audio amplifier in it. So the problem is that the SCART switch or the OSSC, they're both not designed for arcade audio amplified devices exactly. Anyway, I say not exactly because the OSSC is designed, as far as I can tell, to keep it from being destroyed with improper voltage levels. But if you push it too hard, if you push the audio, if you boost the audio, if you amplify it too much into the OSSC, you will probably blow something. The wires will get hot first, and you'll probably smell something, and then eventually something's gonna give. It's too much. So what I'm doing is I'm working around it. You can then put the audio into a normalizer if you want. That's an option, but I'm bypassing the SCART switch and the OSSC because I worry about both of them being damaged. The SCART switch did not have the G-SCART, by the way, the name brand. The older G-SCARTs, if you're like, I'm going to buy a SCART switch, the older G-SCARTs do not have protection in place. So if you just hook up amplified audio, bam, and it's just going to die, and you're like, what the heck happened? And then that's the end of it. It's destroyed. So however much money you spent on it, and a lot of people spend a pretty good amount of money, just gone, unfortunately. The newer versions of the G-SCART, apparently the developer of it has implemented some stuff to help with that, but everything that I've seen the developer say, his name is Super G. He does not seem to be familiar with arcade hardware pretty much at all. It sounds like he just does not do arcade stuff. So his way is like, okay, I will help protect it if you do something like that, but I'm not going to actually design it for arcade stuff because, and I don't blame him. Arcade stuff is very different per given arcade board. Like you can't just say, oh, let's play arcade games and like just be done with it. It doesn't work that way. Every arcade board is different from one another. Always 100. Hey, thanks for the follow and welcome to the Paranoid family. Thank you. Welcome. So anyway, keep that in mind if you get into arcade stuff. You really need to be careful because every arcade board is just, it can be different and in several different ways. Not just the audio either, but like how the video works. And those things can cause problems. But right now, everything that I know of when it comes to the SCART switchers, especially the G-SCART having problems, it's the audio. So today's whole entire stream was about bypassing that audio from the SCART, from the super gun, and breaking it out of the SCART cable so that it doesn't even go into the SCART switcher at all or the OSSC. It is just 100% bypassed, and that's what I wanted. I was like, I don't even want to bother with it. I don't want to risk it because I don't know the design specifications of the OSSC or the G-SCART. I don't know what kind of safety measures they've implemented. So instead of risking and just gambling on my equipment being destroyed, I just bypass it outright. That's what I prefer anyway. Loose or improper respect for the specification? Yeah. Yes, exactly. It has over voltage protection, but that's designed to fail on the audio path rather than burn out the OSSC as a whole. Yes. That, as far as I know, yeah, Tenmachi, that's what I know. And I guess like the G-SCART switch, I believe there is some form of an implementation of that as well on that switch. If anybody's wondering, if you're like, what is this G-SCART switch? It's just G-SCART SW, all one word. It's regarded as like one of the best SCART switches out there. In my little bit of using it, I'm very happy with it, and I have to say it's very nice because before I was just only SCART to, and I would swap my cables. But I've got like 8 cables already like that are used, and I actually have like another 3 I'd like to implement. It's just too many to sit there and swap. It's annoying. Every time I want to play a different console, it's like, and it's hard on the connectors. It's just extremely undesirable. More superior than HDMI? Well, I wouldn't even really like ask, like, I'm not sure how to answer that because it's like, it's not even really like, yeah, what for us is, it's like, yes, that's apples to oranges. Yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, you're talking about 2 different animals, and what you're dealing with initially is going to be an analog single anyway. So it's kind of like, it's like, how do I handle this analog single, and then get it to HDMI if you want? But like, you just wouldn't kind of really, yeah, it's just that's kind of like Tenmachi said. But if you use, like, some people don't like SCART and they prefer BNC, which is I was gonna say, yeah, see, Tenmachi, he's or they are, sorry, I actually don't know your gender, so I don't want to. Anyway, they are using an Extron 12, it's called, and that's great for multiple BNC inputs and outputs and stuff. Grats on that, by the way, Tenmachi. That's pretty cool. BNC is great though. BNC is he is fine. Okay. BNC though will get you like where you want to be with your analog singles if you want. Some people hate SCART. They just hate it and stuff. And it has its little annoyances here and there, but ultimately I'm fine with SCART. Like I have no gripe with it. But BNC is a nice alternate option for dealing with your analog singles for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that delay, what Tenmachi is talking about, by the way, like input delay possibly, but if you're doing like a SCART out on your like if you're just doing RGB out via SCART from your system, then you're putting it into something like the OSSC. The OSSC's input delay, you could say, like the delay that it brings up, is negligible. And I don't mean like, because some people are like, well, is it like 1 frame or 2 frames? It's not even like a frame. It's not even in milliseconds. It's in, I believe, nanoseconds, which is like another tier down. Like you have to jump 2 tiers down to even get to nanoseconds. It's just not. It's easier just to say that the OSSC does not generate input lag because it's just so fast. But and that's what I do, because I don't like input lag at all. Like I'm like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. Which is also why I play on a CRT as well. So I got this big fella here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I guess you can't, but there's a CRT sitting there. Yeah, OSSC is like, it is designed for retro gaming, and it is so good. It is so good. I really love it. Anyway, everybody, I'm really hungry. I really want to just take a break. All this work and everything has just been like kind of long, and I'm hungry. I want to eat. But I do want to stream again, play some actual games. I just really wanted to work on this because this was very important, because I want to play some arcade games, and I want to test these as well, because I need to test this thing, make sure it's good to go. But I'm gonna head out for now. You guys enjoy your weekend. I'll try to be on tomorrow if I can. I'll do my best. But thanks for coming by and hanging with me, keeping me company while I was working on this. I really enjoyed it. It's always nice to have you along when I'm just working on shenanigans like this. So thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it. Much love to you, my friends. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Also to the new people, I see we got a decent few new people and a decent few follows today. So thank you for the follows as well. Thanks for coming by and supporting, and I really appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Much love, my friends. I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thanks.